Hey guys, it's Jovi, and we have a lot of news to get on to today. Okay, today, right now, this video is all about what the heck is happening on the continent today and during the week. It is crazy, and by the continent, y'all know what I'm talking about. Africa, baby. Listen, right now, it is apparently a coup in the Ivory Coast. Okay, the Ivory Coast. The president, I'm not going to say the people, the president of the Ivory Coast, been in charge for like 20 something years. He is Western educated. He's the one with the white wife. Ryan Clark told y'all about the motherfuckers with the white wives, right? Anyway, um, and he recently, as of last week, he's working against Burkina Faso, all of the countries that are saying no, we're gonna stand on our 2 feet, we're gonna take care of our own, we're gonna build up our continent, we're gonna build it. Okay, he's standing against it because white wife. And so he's decided, like it was last week, that he was going to allow the United States, that General Langley dude, him and Langley are really cool. Langley be in the Ivory Coast with him all the time. Okay, so you already know what's up. Anyway, he offered Langley and Americans, us, America, whatever, a military base over there. Why? Because every other country has been kicking their asses all out of their country and saying, take your military bases, take all your shit. We don't want y'all here, right? So he offered them, he's trying to destroy the Sahel nations. Okay, the Sahel is basically, just think of it as south of the desert, right? The middle, where Nigeria and Ghana and all of those are Sahel states. They even got Morocco up in this bitch, okay? Morocco is fighting a good fight. Everybody is fighting a good fight, but there are certain countries who their white indoctrination is too strong, okay? And the Ivory Coast is one of them, okay? So he offered to create a military base with drones, okay? So they're basically right next to Burkina Faso, so they can be able to attack Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, okay? Because they feel like if they destroy the AES is damn near the new African Union at this point, that they'll be able to, keep Africa or get the Africans countries back under control. Listen, I just need to say, even if they do happen to eliminate Ibrahim Toure, this is bigger than Ibrahim at this point. Okay, this is bigger than him, and it will be bigger than him. Okay, y'all can do whatever you want. There's no going back. Okay, and this is, and y'all should probably know this for all Black people all over the world, but we'll get into that in a moment. So he thought he was going to do that. Mind you, everybody all over the continent is with the shits, and they trying to evolve. They're not their grandparents. Like we love to say here in America, we're not our mothers or our grandmothers. They saying the same shit over in Africa, okay? They're saying we're not our mothers or our grandmothers. We with the shits, and we educated, and we got cell phones, and we know what the fuck is going on. Hello? Okay? So the people erupted. We knew it was going to happen. I'm waiting on Nigeria. Give it a month. Not even. I'm waiting on Nigeria. Anyway, so the people erupted. It was a coup, okay? Oh my God. They shut the internet off. The government shut the internet off, but there's still things coming out. The president, the dude with the white wife, him, they don't know if he's in hiding or he was exterminated. Child, I don't think he's here no more. Can I give you the buck? I don't think he's here no more, but whatever. The general who was trying to contact France talk about help us. The general, he 100% was excommunicated from the world. Okay, 100%. That's confirmed. So the president is either in some little hole somewhere hiding, or he's gone. And I feel like he's gone at this point. I'm gonna keep it above. I don't think he's here no more. Okay, so they took over the country. France think they coming in help, right? But the gag one of the gag. Let me tell you the gag. The other countries, like I said, in the Sahel states, Kenya, all of them have already kicked France out. They have kicked so many military bases up up out of their country and off the continent that it's going to take about 8 hours for France to even reach. And by the time France reach, it's so far. Okay? So right now, it's so far. I don't know what's going to happen. The internet is not on, but I had an idea. I'm just feeling Burkina Faso is right up the block and around the corner, right? So you just need to take one of them helicopters, go over to Burkina Faso, ask them to give you somebody, you know, to borrow a couple of their tech people, bring them back to the Ivory Coast and make them fix the internet. Okay? That's what you do. Go into Burkina, grab a person or two that, you know, that's what they do. They do that and bring them back so they could turn the internet back on, okay? Because France is not trying to let everybody know. France and America, y'all saw what happened in the White House. We'll get to that in a minute. France and America is not trying to let people know what the hell is actually happening. And baby, when I say it's happening, oh, it's happening. And like I said, they have been kicking so many French companies, mills out of countries all over the continent. One, they had contracts with them, you know, okay, you take this, but you're supposed to train the workers, build this, build that. And again, like they have been doing for the last 60 years, more than 60, let's keep it above. Like they've been doing since the end of time, since the beginning, no, not since the beginning of time, since the beginning of the colonization and chattel slavery, been taking advantage of us and our decent nature. And at this point, no mas. Okay, and let's talk about taking advantage of our decent nature. Okay, let's roll back here. We're gonna go back over there in a minute, but we're gonna come back here. Did y'all see what happened in the White House? Listen, I only looked at a little bit because I didn't want to look at it, okay? I saw that he was showing Julius videos. Julius, I think it's Mimosa. He's a part of the EFF in South Africa. You know, the dudes that wear the red. Listen, they with the shits, okay? They with the shits, but they ain't never threatened no kill nobody, okay? They with the shit. And then, so Trump had the president in the White House, right? Ramaphosa? Cool, Ramaphosa. The racism of it all was ridiculous, okay? I saw an interview with, I guess, Ramaphosa's, if I'm saying it wrong, my bad, his aide. His aide was like, you know, we're not going to be treated like Zelensky. Bro, you were actually treated worse than Zelensky. You couldn't get a word out edgewise. The only person Trump allowed to speak was, I forgot his name, but basically he's some billionaire who lives in South Africa, from South Africa, and he's cool with the president. So he could speak and, you know, say, oh, there isn't a race war in South Africa. It's just a lot of poverty and crime and da-da-da-da. But anytime the president wanted to speak, he wouldn't be spoken to. And then he attempted to offer up an exchange of his natural minerals, South Africa's natural minerals, for technology that Trump is never going to give you. Can I just say, let me say this. I'm going to say this because I think it needs to be said. You know, I love my brothers and my sisters from all on this planet, okay? Especially on the continent. But like, believe these Black Americans when we tell you, okay? Ain't nothing Trump tell you is what it is. All right? You have the luxury, even though, you know, the situation over there is not the best. You have the luxury to grow up around people who look like you. We grow up around them. We know who they are better than a lot of them know who they are, okay? We know what's up. And he isn't Trump, is going to sabotage and destroy you from the inside out. That is what he's going to do. That is just what white supremacy does, okay? Y'all have, sometimes I don't think you fully comprehend the luxury of not being surrounded by those people and their opinions and the reality of who they actually are. You know, I guess sometimes, especially in some places, and, you know, you might still see fucked up white people, but, you know, we see it all the time and they show us who we are. And one thing I know about them is or about people, period, when they show you who they are, believe it, okay? Trump is going to F you. You are going to get overthrown like the dude in Ivory Coast just did, fucking around. You don't want to find out. And then, like I said, he was playing the EFF thing, and I'm just like, this can't be real. And they're playing so much of it because they are trying to distract from what's going on in the Ivory Coast, okay? Because it is crazy. Like I said, it is crazy. It is a lot, okay? So South Africa, they were here. Trump act a fool like he normally does. Shout out to the reporter that asked Trump about the plane. Okay. Like, it was so stupid. He was like, Trump is like, there are no black farmers. You think there's no black people farming in Africa? Are you dumb? Even the president himself, Ramaphosa, he was a farmer. He is a farmer. Like, it's just so, oh my God. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. When I saw yesterday that he was coming here to America to meet with that with that doofus, I knew that how this was gonna go. I would have wished you would have manned up, got your ass up, like I wish Zelensky did, and walked the fuck up out of there. Okay? I say all the time on my channel, grandma up. Okay? Grandma up. Maybe it might not translate correctly. Okay? So let me do it in a real black way. Okay? Nigga up. Stand up. Get the walk out. That's some pride. That's some dignity. Ain't that what they talking about in the Sahel? Having dignity? Standing on business? Not kissing these motherfuckers' ass for what is rightfully yours? What are you doing? But all right. Okay. Speaking of being kicked out, like I said, so many countries is kicking them out. It's like, I said this before and I'll say it again. I feel like they have a Google calendar somewhere that a president or a prime minister or whatever of an African country picks a day, slots a day, and that's their day to just release havoc on the West. Because I feel like every day somebody is releasing havoc on the freaking West. So a couple of days ago, Senegal also told French troops they got to get up out of there. You got to get up. I don't know where you're going, but you got to get up out of here. I don't know. You got to get up out of here. Okay. What else? I'm looking. They're going hard with the what do you call it? The fake news about Traore. Listen, we don't believe you. You need more people. You don't comprehend. They don't comprehend, y'all. Okay, that we are all connected. We feel it. We know it. That's why the 92 is the 92 and the 80 is the 80. We feel this in our soul. We know what's going on. You ain't got to tell us, baby. That's how I knew when I said, attempted coup this morning and I'm watching. I said, oh no, this shit done. I felt it in my blood. Just like I feel it for Nigeria and their 96-year-old president. Don't get me started on that. Maybe next week when I make my update video, he won't be here either. Okay, so I forgot to tell y'all. So again, they in the White House talking about. So the EFF is like literally a third party in South Africa, right? They're like a third party. They're like the equivalent of like independent or whatever here, right? So they're playing him and it was like, what the hell? So it's nighttime over there, so I guess somebody to woke this man up. So he responded after everything, he responded. He said, a group of older men met in Washington to gossip about me. I love, when you hear Black people speak. Oh, I love it. Okay. A group of old men met in Washington to gossip about me. Me? No significant amount of intelligence evidence have been produced about white genocide. We will not agree to compromise our political principles on land exploration without compensation for political expediency. Like, this man don't give a shit. I said, what, Trump is such a fool and the president is such a fool that they about to make this EFF, even though I fuck. Okay, they about to put him right up to the first party. It's going down everywhere, all over the continent. And y'all think it's a game. Oh, side note. Where was it? Uganda? Kenya? Y'all, why they flew over some, you know how they sent people to El Salvador? I think it's Uganda. Don't hold me. If I said the wrong country, my bad. Correct me in the comments. They just accepted a plane. They gonna get got too. It's probably Uganda, because I think Uganda still trying to hold on to the old ways of, you know, getting a check and leaving all they people struggling, right? But okay, I think it's Uganda, but don't hold me to it. But Trump sent the plane over there with illegals. Not even just African, maybe African illegals. I don't know, child. A bunch of Asians. The Asians got tossed up in it. And he sent the Asians to fucking Uganda, landlocked country in goddamn Africa. Baby, when I tell you, international law is going to be ripping and raving. And you know what's so great? All of these things are happening in Africa. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. At first in November, you know, I'm still annoyed because, again, I'm here and I have to deal with this idiot, right? And all of these things. But the reality is, I really think that Orangina was meant to be there. Don't fight me. Let me explain. Don't fight me. Chill. Just listen. Hear me out. If we had, okay, now I'm speaking as, I'm going to speak on this as an American and as a Black person of the world, okay? If we, as an American, I don't fuck with Russia. I learned that early. The fuck? But as a Black person of the world, I understand, I 100% comprehend and agree with why a lot of African countries are fucking with Russia. As an American, this motherfucker trying to destroy our country. As a Black person of the world, if this motherfucker wasn't in office, if he wasn't in office, tearing up the world, tearing up this country, yes, but also tearing up the world, creating international shit with other countries like El Salvador and shit that the West have to deal with, right? Because they got to deal with all of this. What's happening in Africa probably wouldn't happen, wouldn't have happened, or would not still be happening. We're like, it's shit. 5 years from now, everything about to be different. Okay. I think that God, the universe, I don't know, needed to put that idiot in office. Because if we had somebody who was competent, they would have squashed this shit from jump. It wouldn't have got here. The fact that he is incompetent is an American, scary as shit. What the fuck? We might not have no food any day now. Canada might say fuck y'all and turn our lights off. I don't know. But as a Black person of the world, if we had a competent person, Africa wouldn't be able to rise. They would have killed a bunch of people. They would have done a whole bunch of shit. But we have an idiot. And because of that idiot, our continent is going to be great again. Make Africa great again. I need to make those hats. Make Africa great again in like blue. But anyway, let's continue about what, like I said, what's happening. We saw what happened in we spoke about what happened in the White House. Also, I believe it is Tanzania's president has finally addressed the recent arrest. Okay, no. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about hold on, I gotta look at the map. I have a map because I know the names, but you know, so Nambia, who president is a woman. she's already kicking them people out, trying to nationalize their currency, their minerals, their everything, right? Namibia and Botswana have decided that Botswana is the guy I showed y'all his video last week where he was like, they should laugh at me, but I'm about to get shit done. So Namibia and Botswana, they have a lot of oil, have a shitload of oil. So they've decided, again, because a lot of people be taking Africa's raw material, process it, for pennies on the dollar, processing it and selling it for hundreds on the dollar, right? So they decided they making their own oil refinery, baby. Namibia, okay, South Africa, Namibia's right here, Botswana's on top of the middle. I'm just trying to give y'all I would pull up the map, but I ain't got time for it. They're making an oil refinery. These people are out here building solar grids. I forgot what country it was. What country was it? It might be Zambia. Enough solar panels to light the entire continent. They have oil, but they ain't even really, they making an oil refinery, but they're not even really trying to dig it up because they have so much sun that they have decided that they are going to just put out a bunch of sun panels, solar panels, and it's going to light 3-4 surrounding goddamn nations, y'all. Oh my God. Hold on. Sudan, Sudan is literally having a genocide. The whole continent gotta, they trying to fix each other so they can fix Sudan. Sudan is where Trump sent the people. Sudan is the people that you see when they talk about, there's a genocide in Africa. It's Sudan. Where people, you see the little babies with the bellies and the flock, that's Sudan. He sent them to Sudan because they've been going through war for a long time. Don't, it's all right though, because that war about to come to an end as well. All right, y'all. And Senegal also, it was a Senegal also recently said, again, I feel like they have a Google Calendar. I swear to God. Senegal is like, they will no longer host foreign military bases by July this year. I told y'all about this summer. It's a wrap. And remember, I just told you about Sudan and Trump sending the planes to Sudan. The judge said, American judge was like, bring that plane back. And if you don't, all of y'all are in contempt. And I'm locking all of y'all up, including the pilot. So I want to know what's going to happen. But peep this. This is my last story. It's my last thing. We're wrapping it up. Why? Again, Sudan, right? He thinks Sudan is going to be his new El Salvador, because El Salvador is like, we're not trying to get into no smoke with the UN. Because the UN was like, what y'all doing? What's up? Y'all with the shits? Y'all with him? What's happening? Right? So El Salvador was like, well, wait a minute. Hold up, wait. So he thinks he's going to drop them in Sudan because Sudan been having a war for all these years, courtesy of the Europeans. Y'all already know. We know. But don't worry. When the Sahel get the nations together, that's about to be squashed. Or maybe even quicker, because guess who just got an invitation? And it's to Russia. Hello, wait a minute. Yes. Russia just invited the president of Sudan to come to Russia to meet with him. Why do y'all think that is? Girls, guys, it's on and popping. Okay, I am so excited. Like, my Black soul is just elated. I am just elated. I am so, every day when I wake up and I see, and I like literally, and I'm like, what now? Oh, we did this. Oh, who did that? Oh, who did this? Every day I am just taken aback, and I am just so excited for the continent. Okay. I think I'm done. Yeah, I said everything I needed to say. Okay. Shout out to Ibrahim Toure. You started this, but they got it from here, bro. They got it. They got it.